we talked about a number of things as relates to overcoming and resetting after the holiday stress. What else comes to mind as you think about couples resetting after a stressful holiday season?
What immediately comes to mind when you just said about the non penetrational sex of acts of service and love, being that encouraging voice? Um, encourage your spouse. Thank your spouse. Sometimes we get so busy and we forget to thank our spouses for the
Mm,
small things. Thank you for, providing the resources so that I can go get groceries for the
mm.
family. You've been doing a wonderful job. You really decorated the tree really nice this year. Just the affirmations and encouraging can go a long way.
You know, I also recognize this Christmas season that this was this holiday season was exceptionally hard for you, being the anniversary of your mother's
My
death,
mom and dad.
mom and dad, and so there was a double whammy. And I was oftentimes trying to make sure that I checked in with you to make sure that you were okay.
Hmm.
And like a trooper, you pressed through it, but the fact still remains it hurt. And I think it's incumbent
Yeah.
upon all of us to check in with your
Yes.
strong spouse, to check in with your husband and your wife, especially as we begin to lose parents.
Hmm.
Some of you may have lost aunts, uncles, or even
Right.
children, and the holidays are can be the worst time for you. So it's important to remain sensitive. The last thing we want to say around this idea of resetting your relationship after the holidays is this: you got to encourage each other to take one small intentional step every day. uh, Communication, texting each other,
Hmm.
having pillow talk at night. Sometimes when that schedule starts picking back up, we haven't even had a chance to breathe from the latter part of 2024 because we're getting ready to this major merger. We're trying to catch the wind of momentum for the new year. People come. There's two places that fill up at the top of the year. That's the gym and the church. People have New Year's resolutions and intentions.
Right.
And as a leader of a church, you're like, I got to get ahead of it, but I can't allow that to get ahead of the health of my marriage. My first ministry is my marriage. Listen to me, y'all. Your first ministry is your marriage. It comes before your work. It comes before your kids.
Hmm.
It comes before your ministry. Your first priority is your marriage. And you got to take in small intentional steps. Baby, what are some of those small intentional steps that couples need to make sure their marriage is a priority?
Communicate regularly. I know you're laughing, but not just the pillow talk. Do some check ins. I don't like to get information from other people when I can get it from my husband. So make sure that you're giving sometimes over communicate. Make sure that you're keeping date night a priority. And if sex is kind of lagged a little bit, you might have to schedule it until you get back on schedule.
Yeah, it sounds foreign. It
Yeah.
sounds like, man, where's the spontaneity? But watch this: desire is contextual, meaning that some people think desire is seeing an attractive person. Oh, I want to tear their clothes off and just have a and romp in the bedroom. That's spontaneous, but desire is not always spontaneous, especially in the context of marriage.